Hey guys, it's your boy Phil Shaka, the nice joke here with our Week 4 team built Week 4 blah 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 blah. A Week 4 matchup here of the TBL. Now I'm going to be breaking the fourth wall for you here, guys. I actually already recorded this, but I felt like looking back at it, I felt like that wasn't the right way I should have recorded the video. Because basically, I'm going to go talk real quick about something, and then we're going to get into this matchup, and then kind of explain what I did in that original video that I think maybe was not right to do. So I'm going to change that and make sure I don't do that. Basically, my opponent Quincy Adams, and the coach of the Chicago Sky Attacks, you guys saw the team builder, you saw his original team, and now you see Moltres and Gabo Slowking. He actually made transactions to his team that I was not aware of until I watched the draft stream of the recap video and power ranking stuff like that that was done on the TVL on the TVL Twitch channel, and I kind of had to try to rush to re-prep and try to redo my team. I didn't have enough time, and then we had to do the battle. There were a couple of instances involving people, ads, notifications, stuff like that. Just at the end of the day, it's a simple mistake that happened that was not touched up on, and it's just, it's a simple mistake. Life happens, and we're just gonna. I still like the little quick changes we've made. I would have liked to have a little more time to repair, but the quick changes I think we made to the team actually ended up helping us a bit better in this matchup for what he dropped. So again, and I want to say that there's no hate there to the Quincy or the mod teams, that didn't like inform of the transaction updates and stuff like that. So it was just a simple accident. We're gonna just move on and get into this battle. And what I did in the original team, in the original video of this recording, I kind of explained everything that went down, the people that I named and stuff like that, and I just felt like that wasn't right. That wouldn't be me. That's not who I am. Just to pick out the people and just say this, that, and this. That's not me. That's not who I am. I only said Quincy's name just because he's our opponent, and it was his team, so that's why I only saying Quincy's team. I'm not gonna really see anyone else that was involved with this. So, just end of the day, transactions that he made were added to his team. I had already prepared for his old team before when he made transactions, and his transactions were updated on the docket at the beginning of the week. I prepped before the beginning of the weeks, so I was not aware. Again, it's a simple mistake, both from someone not letting me know, and it's also my fault for not double checking the doc or checking the tabs because I do have them muted. So again, it's no one's fault. It's a simple mistake. Let's get into this battle because you guys are wondering how we did this season and did we stay undefeated. So with that being said, let's give you guys a proper intro to the battle. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pro Shocker with a TBL Week 4 matchup going against Quincy Adams and the Chicago Sky Attacks. We are here to try to go for a 4-0 start to the season. His team is consisting of Halucha, Bishop, Slowking, Moltres, Zerkatry, and the Cloister. But everything I was expecting with his transactions added. I was actually a little surprised to see the Moltres come. I don't think Moltres was really something I was seeing him bring versus me. The Gala Slowking that he added to his team, I think, had some good chances to show up. I wasn't 100% positive he would bring it, but it was definitely something that I was looking at in prep for sure to expect to potentially come. So definitely took that a little bit into consideration. So with that being said, we changed up some of the sets. Like I said, with the team had Ivan, I brought Nidoqueen over Archeops, made it actually Life Orb Nidoqueen. I switched Volcanion from Charcoal to Wakamberry. I changed Lapras from Chople to Choice, and I changed Life Orb to Chople on my Tauros. And I regen my Tauros to be faster than Moltres, which was his new fastest mon on his team, which lets me run Adamant this matchup. So, that being said, let's get into the battle. And looking at his team at team preview, I'm just thinking to myself, why do I not just lead with my Nidoqueen? My Nidoqueen matches up against every single mon on his team, barring any kind of, assault vest or scarves or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and lead off with my Nidoqueen. There's no wrong way to lead off here. So I lead off with Indigo, my Nidoqueen here. And he's actually going to lead off with Nidorfall. I think I said that right. The Galar Slowking. And I figured there were two things I was thinking in my head. Either he's going to hard swap out, or he's assault vested, he'll take 50% and basically have a chance to more than likely kill me. So I'm thinking to myself, if I do the switch, I find out if he's assault vested or not, or gauge an idea of him being assault vested or not. If he's swapped, then it tells me he's definitely not assault vested. But he could also be Shookberry, so that'll be another thing to kind of keep in mind. Oh, excuse me. Really. So I'm going to make the hard swap. It was, I think, my safest decision to switch out here, as I bring in my Hydreigon here, as he is going to reveal the Psychic right here, and obviously it does not affect me. So now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's going to be thinking, I'm scared. He's scared of me. He's going to switch out. Because if he doesn't have the Shookberry, this thing is going to take a massive chunk, and I don't think he really wants this thing to get chipped. Even though he has Regenerate, he just want to get it chipped. So I figured, he's going to make a hard swap out here. I'm going to go ahead and click Dragon Pulse here. And he stayed in. Now, that told me two things here. Based on, one, the fact he stayed in, and two, the damage. It told me that he was definitely assault vested based on the damage, and based on the fact that he stayed in there. He's going to go for the Ice Beam here, and that's going to chunk my Hydreigon really well, because, Galoslokin's got great special attack. But he gets the 10% freeze. So, yeah, that happens. And, yeah. That really kind of sucked, I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what do I do here? So, what do I do here? I actually decided to stay in here, take a big gamble here, try to go ahead and break the freeze. I think it was definitely his best interest to switch there for the regenerator boost, and also just to get a free switch into his Hawlucha here, just so his Hawlucha can do some damage. But now I don't get the lucky turn 1 freeze, so now I'm in a bit of a pickle here, as he is most likely going to either click Close Combat, Swords Dance, or his move that might cause them burden, which I don't know. I figured I'd save this thing because I could use it for fodder later in the matchup, and if I can get it on fall earlier, I can get a Tailwind up. Excuse me. I'm going to bring in my Aegislash. Excuse me, guys. Yawning at night. Sounds like a normal thing for me. So, what he's going to do here is, I'm sorry for this thing right here. I don't know what happened to his screen right there, but basically he's going to make the safe switch here, because this is the best answer towards the Hawluchas if you don't prep carefully for them. And honestly, he probably didn't need to worry about prepping too badly for my Aegislash, because he has other mons that can deal with Aegislash relatively well. So there was definitely that to consider for sure. So I was thinking to myself, what do I do here? What do I do here? And I was thinking, you know what? He's going to bring in the Bishop. I'm going to click Substitute. Nope, he brings in Moltres. So that actually was a mistake. Because you guys remember my set, I'm Brick Break, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Sneak. I can't touch this Moltres. If I had Shadow Ball, I could touch this Moltres, but I don't. So he actually reveals to have the burn up. And the reason why he said, and he actually found out in the stream afterwards, for some reason he thought I brought Head Smash on my Aegislash, and with the burn up, if he actually got rid of his fire typing, he actually would have lived the Head Smash from the Aegislash. Excuse me. Which, honestly, not bad tech. Getting rid of your fire typing. It's also a good way to kind of help better deal with my Volcanion in some ways. So I think that was definitely another really cool tech idea. But with this now, he actually is weak. Not actually weak to, but he can get damaged by Flash Cannon pretty chunkily. So I'm going to go ahead and click Flash Cannon here. Chunk him actually for pretty good damage. I chunk him for about 60 to 70% of 60 to 70 points of damage, which I think is really solid damage on it. So it does something kind of just like standard, like pseudo, like HP invested, maybe more SPDF invested. So I look at this as an opportunity to make a switch out here, and I make a really, really good play right here. And this is a play I'm really proud of. I brought in my Hydreigon. Now he could easily have clicked Roost right here, but he actually clicked the Mystical Fire, which I expected he was going to probably want to do. The worst thing of this, he crit me, which definitely sucked. But watch for this. Bam! I'm unthawed. That was one of my best plays I think I've ever done. And there was two reasons why I did that. One, if he roosts, I get another turn to try to unfreeze, go for an attack. Two, if he goes with the fire type attack, I unthaw and I'm able to go ahead and start attacking his team. Excuse me. I can start attacking his team strongly, even with a -1. So there's that. So he's probably thinking to himself, okay, he's either gonna click the dragon move or he's gonna click the dark move. If he gets the 50-50 call right on what move I go for, he can actually position himself really good with his Halucha. If he gets the 50-50 wrong, he has a chance of really getting his Halucha crippled down in terms of its health. And for a part of me, I was thinking to myself, I can kill this Halucha. It's a roll to kill. I believe in this battle. I actually kind of think I somewhat forgot about the fact that I was -1. So I was thinking to myself, oh man, he's got HP investment or something. And I was like, oh wait, duh, mystical fire. And I looked back at the battle. So yeah. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just sack my Hydreigon. I don't need my Hydreigon here. It's pretty useless to me now. I can't really do anything else with it. So I have to unfortunately sack it, which really sucked because I think Hydreigon could have put in some more work in this matchup. Definitely do regret probably bringing special. I probably should have went physical. Physical, I think definitely would have made more sense because the main things he would have brought with this. Or I could have just ran a mix set probably to help deal with Moltres potentially. So I don't know. Excuse me. I'm really at this point thinking, what do I do here? And I actually decided to bring in my Nidoqueen here. And now I have a 50-50 call here. There's two things that Quincy can do here. Quincy could either go for the hard switch out, obviously. But if he has some way to attack me and he thinks he can kill my Nidoqueen one hit that can pop his Unburden in some way, then he's in a position. There's also the chance that he thinks he could Swords Dance and go for the fact that I could possibly swap out here. Or something like that. And he actually stayed in. And there's two things I need to point out that happens here. First, he's Power Herb, which I think Sky Attack Power Herb is really slept on in my honest opinion. Like, yeah, it's not exactly the best flying type move. Well, I mean, it is when it flinches. But it's just a strong move too, dude. And that can proc it. Like if you don't really feel like you need setup in the matchup, literally just run that proc item and just go offensive. But there's something I need to say in this part of the match. Everyone that was watching the TBL on my side, were watching the battle, obviously with me versus Quincy, and they thought when I got flinched that was a massive matter of a flinch because that crippled my Nidoqueen from killing the Halucha. I clicked Earth Power, and here's the reason why I clicked Earth Power. I clicked Earth Power because I figured he was 100% going to save this. Because if he saves this, he has something that gauges the speed control that he needs over Tauros, and it outspeeds the rest of my draft. So if he needed to, a solid opportunity to go for a free Acrobatics there, or an SD into Acrobatics, he was golden. He was 100% golden with his Mond and be able to do so. But I make the misplay and not going with what was in front of me. I should have clicked Sludge Wave. I don't think he had a Steel type. He had a Steel type in his team, but it was not going to switch in on my Nidoqueen. And even if it switched in on my Nidoqueen, I could just Earth Power and kill it back next turn, which what I really should have done there. But obviously no one else knows. But it's just funny that I get flinched when I was already frozen. So there was that. And I like what Quincy does here a couple times. One, he's actually looking at the move and is like, oh, he actually can flinch? What? So now he looks as an opportunity to go for the Acrobats. I have to make the save switching because I really think Nidoqueen's still good. I have Sucker Punch on Nidoqueen so I can get any type of last minute chip damage I want to go for. So I'm going to bring in my Aegislash, which again hard counters this thing. Like, this thing cannot touch Aegislash whatsoever. And you can see right there, like, look at that. That's breakfast. So right here, he's going to make the swap out into the Moltres. I decided to kind of speed up a little bit here for you guys. I make the stupid play and not trying to go for the attack here. What I should have done is I should have Shadow Sneak to see how much this would have done. But I made this one pseudo-safe play in Flash Cannon. And even with Flash Cannon, that did about 30-some% damage with that. Which, if you think about it, if I click Flash Cannon again, I can attack this thing. But I'm going to make the safe play, go into my Hula Mula, aka my Flame, my Volcanion here. He's going to drop in this thing. I'm going to go for the Flame Charge. And I only do that much damage. I don't do too much. And now I'm in a position where I got to make some plays here. So I decided to actually stay in and go for the damage, and that definitely confirmed that he was Assault Vested to me by this time in the match. If I even already knew he was Assault Vested. But I'm going to drop in my Aegislash, predicting the Psychic to come in. And he actually clicks the Sludge Bomb, which I'm very interested why he did that. Psychic still covered an Aegislash switch in, which also would have chipped the Aegislash. So I don't understand the kind of the play, but I get what he was going for. I think he knew that Sludge Bomb at that range had a good chance to potentially kill. So now I'm thinking like here, can I scare him out to double out? And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to double out. Hopefully I can scare him. Bring in my Lapras now. And Lapras kind of can do some things in this match now. It's going to take a flamethrower, which actually didn't do too much damage. Did about solid 10, between 10 and 50%. So now he's probably thinking to himself, okay, this thing is going to click Dragon Dance in front of me. What do I do? Because if you guys don't know, I've been always bringing Dragon Dance Lapras. That's all I ever bring. And I wanted to be more versatile this matchup. So he's going to make the hard swap. Excuse me. As I'm actually going to go for Surf. And if you guys saw on that on the Bisharp move, on the Bisharp's move list right there, can someone let me know when this thing learns Stealth Rock? This Pokemon does not look like it sets up Stealth Rocks. This thing looks like it sets up Sharp Blades. This is like a Pokemon that should learn Steel Spike, I feel like. So, but anyways, with his Bisharp here, if he's actually Adamant max speed, I actually outspeed him because both Cloyster and Bisharp share the same speed tier at the Adamant range. So if I'm actually faster than this, he knows that I'm going to be faster than his Cloyster. So I get the KO here. Lapras gets yet another KO. And I'm actually been really loving Lapras, by the way, guys. I've been really loving Lapras. I think I've been using Lapras better this time around than I did the first time. So I'm really, really happy with that, and I really do enjoy Lapras. But in comes the Xurkitree, one of the coolest shinies out there. So at this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what do I do here? And I tell myself I think I have to just take the gamble here. I go for Surf. It's not going to kill, but what I can do is I can chunk this down, bring in Nidoqueen, click Sucker Punch on the following turn, and kill. So I'm basically stuck in this situation. But he actually reveals the Hypnosis, and he lands it. 60%. And what this means now is two things. One, he can't put anything in sleep. And two, something's about to take a Thunderbolt, potentially. But, yeah. And also, what sucks here now is that if he has the Energy Ball, I have to stay in. Because if he clicks it, we're big bad doo-doo. Oh, excuse me. And this might seem like a weird, questionable play on my end, but let me kind of explain. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and explain it right now. I actually stayed in with my Lapras, in theory basically sacking Lapras off. Now, why did I make that play when I could have read the Thunderbolt play? Here's the thing. If he still would have predicted the Nidoqueen to come in and Energy Balled me, I basically would have lost right there. Like, I would not have a way out to beat the Xurkitree. Like, I would not have a way out. So I think my best bet was to cut my losses with my my Lapras. Unfortunately, even though I think it got still done a little bit more amazing good work in this match. But now I have to bring in my Tauros, which, and the reason why I didn't go Nidoqueen was because this thing outspeeds Nidoqueen, and I didn't want to risk anything else. So I bring in my Tauros. I'm not going to get the kill on this thing. As you can see from his item, item choice, he was actually Blunder Policy, which you guys don't know. Blunder's Policy is that one item that has definitely not been used a lot in Generation 8, but people have been definitely trying to use it. Basically, if you go for a move that has a good chance to miss, basically the best, well, not really, just any move that can miss. But he can't miss because he lands two 60% accurate moves in a row on me. But, but, he basically wanted the +2 speed, which tells me that he was, first off, by seeing this, he wasn't Choice Scarfed or anything like that. which I was a little fearing right there. And I found this funny. He actually showed off that this thing's 60% accurate. Why is this landing all the time for him? So now I'm in a situation here where he's just gonna click Thunderbolt. He has to click Thunderbolt. It guarantees a kill here. I'm gonna actually now make the aggressive play, bring in my Needle Queen here. And with, obviously at first I'm not knowing that he's Blunder Policy, obviously. I have to just click Earth Power, hope I kill. I have to just be aggressive here. And I actually, reveals to me that I'm faster, which definitely told that he was modest then, which gave me the speed creep that I needed, which, thank God, I got the kill. So this kind of somewhat brought me back to the game, like, I could still kind of have a shot here, but it's also, I'm in a position where I can't realistically win this match, because I lost a good couple of pieces to my team that I can't use anymore, so it definitely sucked. He's going to make the acrobatics play. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my Aegis Slash. Aegis Slash always comes in on this thing, always takes a hit, switches in, stuff like that. I have no reason not to just bring it out. It literally gives me no reason not to just... Also, sorry if you hear a jingle there. My cat's playing with my stuff here. So this time around, I do make the hard double here, actually. Because I know he's going to switch out back into the one thing. So he's going to switch out, obviously he's faster, and bring in the slow kick. Which then lets me switch out. And I believe I went into... Yeah, I went back into my Tauros here. Now Tauros is in a position where if I get the lucky turn 1 wake, I have a good chance to win this game. I have not burned any turns of sleep, so I had to take my one mandatory sleep turn here, which I have to. It's the guaranteed I have to take that one sleep turn. Now we're in a position here where if I can get this body slam off, it comes down to the 50-50 mind games of what happens here. But unfortunately, I don't get the mind games, and I am sadly going to lose my Tauros. It could have maybe been a roll, but the rolls were probably in his favor to kill me. So, Tauros goes down. I'm now forced into Indigo to basically sack this off, just chip down this thing. And it's just not looking good for me now. I basically have to do something here. And I just have to go on the offense. If I get a crit, I knock this thing out. But if I don't get the crit, it's going to live. I know Vitality, it's going to live. He goes for the Psychic. It's going to pick up the KO. And now we're in this position where it's Volcanion against the world, basically. If Volcanion could somehow kill this thing, live the attacks, live one attack from this thing, Volcanion can have a chance to sweep here. Because if I get my... Because I'm going to click Flame Charge here. If I get my Flame Charge, I'm faster than everything on his team. I have Gary Countess. I'm faster than Max Speed, Adam, and Alucha. So now what I get to do is I click Steam Eruption on my next turn. He clicks Sludge Bomb here, as you can tell, and gets the poison. And I die. He basically got me down in range of poison damage that takes me out, which probably was at the max number where it takes me out. And he got it after I was going to potentially win here. Now, obviously, if he had stacked off Slowking to me instead of switching out, I would have won the game regardless. I mean, it would have came down to landing my attacks, but 100% of the time, if he stays in with that Slowking, knowing that he could lose this thing, I win the game. But now I go into Aegis Slash. I'm just going to click Shadow Sneak, get my free kill, which honestly sucks. But, yeah, this game's over. And unfortunately, guys, I was that type of person for this matchup. Because in this match, I was incredibly frustrated. I was incredibly angry and just so ticked off that I did timer stall this battle so that he wins by timer and doesn't win actually through the match. Because you guys know TBL does point systems in the regards of your points. So I only lost this. If I lost points, I would have lost only by 2 points. And I only lost by, I believe, like one differential, so he gets a 2-0 victory over a instead of a 3-0 victory. So in theory, that basically helped me more than it helps him. And you guys have understand why I did that. What I did, it's just I could not stomach the fact that I literally lost this matchup to straight up hacks. I had the game plan, I had the pieces to come back and win the match, but hacks just got and just screwed me over. Um, there was something else. Oh, when he did the double hypnosis there, at first I was extremely angry at him. I called him a jerk and everything like that because of that. Because I just felt like, because again, Tauros just dies to a thunderbolt. Just let Tauros die and just go from there. But it turns out he had blunder policy, which I found out after the match. So I'm not as mad that he went for the hypnosis again that turn. It just felt a little annoying though that he went for it twice in a row when there was probably no need for it in my mind. But again, it was just his opinion to what he wanted to do, and he just wanted to go and try to get the blunder policy. So it is what it is. We sadly take a big loss here. We are going to go 3-1 now in the season, but hey, we could still bounce back. There are still 6 more weeks to go. We just need to get a very much big push right here. The coach that actually finishes the best in each of their divisions actually gets a round one bye. It's just semifinals, which I think is super cool. And we are still in that fighting chance. There is someone that is just now taken over our position as the number one coach in the Shield division by just one differential point, and that is Goldoa Dragon. And believe it or not, guys, me and Gold are throwing down next week. And basically, whoever wins that one probably has the biggest advantage going into the bye week, into the last 5 weeks of the season, on who is going to get that round one bye. I think that is going to be a pretty big game right there. I don't know how Gold will prep for me because he could look at me as a potential playoff opponent. So I don't know if he's going to bring his best versus me or he's going to bring a subpar best team against me that can still win. Who knows? But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Phil Shocker crew today because you can further the king of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week for probably the hypest battle you guys are going to be able to see and watch. And I'm hoping you guys enjoy yourselves. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm Phil Shocker, and I said, I'll see you guys later. Peace.